Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be a Q&A where I answer live questions. One question posted per person, please. Please don't write a big book, like multi-post thing. Um, Also, please do not directly address another individual. You can say, uplifting sort of things to a group, like, hey guys, you're awesome. Yay, healing. But please don't get personal with somebody else on the live stream. This is my cat Bambi. My name is Janet Wright. I'm an energy healer, reader, and teacher. We just did a big healing. And I have some pre-submitted questions, but most of it will be the live questions that I answer. So let's see what we got so far. Oh, first of all, can people see and hear me okay? If you could verify that for me, that would be nice. Oh, good. I got verification. Thank you so much. That really helps. Yeah, because I can't even see yet on the little interface YouTube gives me if I have any viewers. So, but I can tell because your comment that I have viewers. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, you can't even tell. All right. So somebody says, "Hi, Janet. Can you hear what energy I am sending my husband on the astral? A while ago, you said it was a high-pitched defensive sound. Have I improved? Thank you so much." I'm glad you're checking back with this. It's not like a high-pitched sort of attack anymore, but it really could still use work. And this is true for maybe more women than men, that they need more work on this. For some reason, I notice women a lot of times I think because our minds work on multiple levels, that when we get imbalanced, like say an average female, us, I mean, we're all eternal. We don't really have a gender, but then if you're in a lifetime with a female body, I guess because it has more energy, or for some reason you have like your awarenesses of subtleties and different levels is greater. So like say maybe you're thinking on like 5 levels if you're balanced, but then when you're imbalanced, you're thinking on like 15 levels. So it can lead to like over communication and not just letting there be silence and peace. So I would say that's still going on. You have like a pretty constant level of communication to him. And it's not really like, I love you, we're good. It's like, what about this? Why don't we do this? We should, this, this isn't really right about it. And, da, 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 da. It's sort of this sort of disgruntled customer kind of vibration, So yeah, keep working on it. It's better than before. But yeah, it's still, there's like a sort of a judgy, communication overdrive, complainy kind of vibe. It just doesn't stop. So today's healing would be great for that. Just the clear the resentment balls, the what we did right towards the end, the resentment balls and the healing flowers. And then maybe, we did in today's healing, we did real in-depth work with the astral six and astral fourth. You could do that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Astral six and astral fourth. You could do it with astral six, astral fourth, but add the fifth into, because fifth is directly communication. Although, you want more non-judgment and less judginess. So, but just add the fifth, astral fifth in there and just use 654 and just kind of clear the filaments, clean off the filaments, and astral and physical, just so that you can have some peace. Because if you have peace, then your communications to someone else will be more peaceful. So I think it's, it's definitely progressed. It's not like this focused sort of irritating, but it is irritating though still, because you're not letting someone have peace. That's sort of the gift. Not always, but uh, it's easier to have sort of a simplicity and a peace when you have a male body. It's totally possible when you have a female body, but it's more of like a natural default with a male body. So to have someone constantly sort of, what about this? What about this? What about this? Is kind of like really harshing a guy's mellow. So yeah, keep working on it, but you're getting there. Good for you. And obviously the obvious uh, benefit of that is then your peace of mind is much deeper as well. Okay, somebody says, "Hey Janet, I've been unblocking my spiritual path and above my head to help manifest a new job move." Oh, and by the way, if someone's listening to this Q&A much later as a video, I'll link below today's healing video. I'll link it in the comment section. So when I make all these references to today's healing, you can just look at that healing video and go down and look in the comment section. There'll be within a day, there'll be a detailed healing summary with timestamp links. So you can go right towards the end of it where it says resentment ball exercise, and just do that a bunch of times. But anyway, okay. Hey Janet, I've been unblocking my spiritual path and above my head to help manifest a new job / move. I intuitively checked to see how that's going, and I'm about halfway there. Anything else I can do? Yeah, you could do life river healing with that. I think there's a video on that. I mean, you could just freestyle it too, but I think there is, if you search Janet Wright life river healing. But yeah, if you imagine the river of your vitality and life force coming to you from like the start of the river is conception in this life, and then you're sort of now is the other end of the river, and just make sure that just keep unblocking the river so you get enough vitality and life force flowing to you now in the present so that you can manifest that move. And your manifestation wings, keep strengthening those. Because like they have, and for someone that doesn't know, I do have, videos that talk about manifestation wings and work on them. So if you search Janet Wright manifestation wings, you should find good options. But anyway, yeah, your manifestation wings, just keep unblocking around them. They have like stuff caked on them. And so the more that those can generate as well can help you. Yeah, so it's a spiritual path like you're doing, above your head like you're doing, but add manifestation wings and add life river healing. Okay, but yeah, looks like you're on track. So it says, "Hi Janet, thank you so much for the healing today. I cleared a lot, but my 6th layer is still looking a little dark." See, I think the beauty of that is you're there and you have better clairvoyance now, so you can see the darkness. I think the darkness was there before, and it was more before, but now you're more present and your ability to see is better. So you're like, look at that darkness. So it's actually progress. I mean, even though that sounds weird. So don't be discouraged that you can see something that needs to work in your space. That's what good clairvoyance is. Good when you have good clairvoyance. Oh my God, you could see like lifetimes of work. Just look around. Oh my gosh, But you just just have a keep it in context. There's more to do. There's always more to do. You just don't have to do it all in one day. But anyway, I also think I've been present in all 7 chakras several days this past week. Yeah, I agree. I agree. You've been present in all seven chakras several days this past week. Yes. Part of that is just you've been working hard. Part of that too, I want to say that the third healing of the last triplet set that we did, I think was a big deal for a bunch of people. The energy seal work that we did. I'll link below the third healing. If you only have time and motivation to do one of them, like one person, she was like, these videos are hard to get through, but she wasn't like, she was like, it was just like, I'm resistant. So if you're resistant to doing all three of those videos, which, makes sense, it's a lot of work, just do the third one. Which, probably is sort of a truism, you could say. If you're only going to do one of the triplet videos, do the last one, because usually the finale, it kind of brings together some of the good earlier parts. But anyway, I'll link below the third triplet healing video. But that one, the turtle exercise, of course, I think helped you a lot. And the inner wall melting between you and you, I think helped a lot. And the energy seal stuff helped a lot. I think sort of equally. Those three things were really kind of pushed you forward quite a bit. So you could just keep that in mind and maybe redo some of those things now and then. But yeah, great job. But as far as your sixth layer still looking dark, yeah, I mean, there's still more to clear. Astral sixth and physical sixth layer. But, we're going to do it on Tuesday too. So, but you could do more in the meantime. You could even do vacuum boxes just in your sixth layer, of your astral, and then just in your sixth layer of your physical, just really pinpoint them. There's also that video, Clear Blinders. Although Clear Blinders, don't know that works on the astral sixth and astral and physical sixth of astral. I don't know. I think it just works physical, but you could use it anyway. It's a walkthrough. If you like those little walkthroughs, Janet Wright, Clear Blinders is a 6 chakra, 6 layer clearing video. Okay, so hope that feedback helped somewhat. So it says, hi Janet, I've been working out more and been stricter with my fasting diet. I'm making good progress. Good for you. So I'm wondering if my presence in chakras 3, 2, 1 has improved. On that note, though, I sometimes get crazy and overeat after my fast, but it's still working. Is anything triggering that? That's interesting. I think today's healing, we did the flaps. And so I think that could be interesting to look at the flaps, your chakra flaps. I had this drawing I made, a very simple drawing, but of the chakra flaps concept. But, so like say this is the outer surface of your chakra, 3 or chakra, the round opening in the front and the back of chakra 3 or chakra 2 or chakra 1. And you want all these flaps to be flush, shut, not sticking out like this, you don't want cords like that. So I think if you look at that on a chakra level, for 3, 2, 1, and 7, I think is mostly what's giving you trouble when you want to binge eat, So I would say before you eat, just sit down and check your flaps and be like, whoa, and then just calm the flaps down before you let yourself in the kitchen. Once your flaps are calm and relaxed shut in astral 3, 2, 1, and 7 would be nice, but definitely physical 3, 2, 1, and 7. Those chakras, but just calm those, melt away enough cords, recycle some, have angels recycle the beings in the way, mess with the flaps, just so that, because I think if you had your flaps shut in those chakras, you would not be feeling bingy. You'd be feeling oddly calm. So that should be a fun thing. But yes, your presence in your lower chakras has definitely improved. Yesterday you were in all your chakras for 3 hours. And then you were in 7 through 2 for the rest of the day. And same thing for the day before that. So yeah. You probably did it. I know you didn't get the healing, but you probably did that video, the third video. But the inner wall stuff is huge for you, and the turtle exercise is huge for you, and the energy seal stuff. So if you want, you could redo that using that third video. Just hop around, use the timestamps. But yeah, the flaps. Calm your flaps down and you won't feel bingy. Someone says, hi, Janet. I think you said this was for random questions on anything. Yes. Just wondering if there are any potential romantic partners in my field for this lifetime, or will I just remain single? Thanks. Okay, so I do not read the future. But, I mean, that said, I mean, unless there is some spiritual purpose for you remaining single for the rest of your life, I don't see why you would have to remain single for the rest of your life. A way to address this, you know, I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I think if you use that, the last of the 3 triplet videos, the one I'm going to link below, I forget what day it was. February 9th, 2021, Tuesday, February 9th, 2021. The video says Healing 3, Love Life, February 2021. But it has inner wall exercise, melting inner walls. It has the turtle exercise, and it has energy seal, you know, reestablishing that energy seal on the edge of your aura in particular, especially. And also good karma window energy seal, especially. But anyway, I think you just keep working on being more present and getting rid of that self-isolating and like blocking yourself off from yourself. Because I think if you're healthy and well, then you'll be able to manifest what you need. I think it's just that you're kind of busy, you know, just trying to be safe energetically. I don't think you're as present and as safe as you could be energetically. So that energy seal stuff could be really nice. So I mean, the idea is, you know, you manifest what you need, what you want, when you're as well as you can be. So just keep working on your wellness. Is the idea. But I mean, your angels just sort of shake their head at me about, like, you know, is there some, you know, weird self-punishment pact that you're in for staying single? And they're like, no. So it's just, yeah, just work on your wellness and stuff. All that, you know, the specific stuff that was in that third video, the melt your inner walls, get rid of your, you know, baggage that makes you turtle and self-isolate, and then work that energy seal stuff so that you're safer and more present. Plus, it's not just, you know, a potential romantic partner that, you know, I would suggest you be more specific, you know, in your request to the universe, you know, that you want like a fully compatible, you know, partner. You know, someone who's like you know, marriage level compatible, you know, super long-term compatible, deep for a deeply fulfilling relationship. You know, versus just, you know, is there someone out there I can date? Which you probably know, but I think it's good to just, you know, make sure that you have your request out there for someone who's the right person, not just a person. Okay, someone says yes. Oh, about that they can see and hear me, I think. Okay, someone says, thank you, Janet. Teen boys resist home-cooked meals. I keep working on my energy around it. I do work on them in general, but very little improvements. I have seen it from the 4th perspective. Any insight? Well, I'm not exactly clear on what the situation is. Are they just insisting like to get takeout all the time? Or what? 'Cause it seems like they have this sense of like, okay, well, we're big guys now. We're big boys now. But what I would, but you're just trying to, model like healthy behavior and healthy life skills. But what I would say is the happy medium with that would be to say, okay, well, you don't want me to cook, then you're cooking, and teach them how to cook. Because, and Monday through Wednesday, one of the kids is cooking, and Thursday the other kid's cooking, and then you cook on Friday and Saturday, and then the other kid cook, whatever. But it seems like they want to be adults, but you have to, um, it looks like you want to, and your angels want you to put your foot down about what kind of adult they're going to be. And they're not going to be, 7 days a week takeout adults. They're going to be cook your own food like a grown person who respects themselves and respects their bodies type adult. So it seems like, time for them to learn how to cook so you can teach them. Um, I mean, I think the thing is, as kids grow older, they want choices, but you can help to manage what those choices are, when they're still young. So the choices aren't you cook or take out. The choice is you cook or they cook. Okay, so hope that helps. Good luck. Obviously, supervise their cooking so they don't burn down the house. Um, Someone says, awesome. Thanks, Janet. You're welcome. Thanks, just in general. Oh, I did answer your question. Okay. You're welcome. Someone says, hey, Janet, I was watching your video about clearing beliefs, maybe beings. You said believes, though. But clearing beings in the seventh layer, is there other places that beliefs are stored? See, this is the problem. If I have a believe in my leg, is it my seventh layer or in lower chakras? Good Lord. If I have, I'm going to go with that you're talking about clearing beings, because clearing beliefs makes no sense at all. Belief, maybe? Yeah. If something's in your leg, it's in your leg. It's not in a chakra. If something's in your leg, it's in your leg. So I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be critical, but I just need to understand what you're saying. So feel free to post again and I'll take another crack at your question. But make sure you're spelling the words precisely, because there's no such thing as clearing beliefs. So it's either clearing beings or clearing beliefs with an F, beliefs. Like, I don't know, clearing a belief though is kind of, I'm not quite sure where you're going with that. Clearing, yeah, I don't, doesn't make sense. So maybe post it again. And of course, you can always post under any video as well, at any time. Someone says, if I clear enough room in my fourth chakra, will there be enough new room to meet my new husband? I would like to meet my new husband. Bye for now. See you for inspiration healing in March. Um, Well, I just want to be clear so there's no confusion. It's not like a parking spot that then your husband can fit in, like, because you're saying, will there be enough new room to meet my husband? So I just want to be sure you're clear about that. Like, your husband doesn't go in your energy space. That's not like how you manifest meeting somebody. Like, so I think you know that, but I don't know because we haven't worked together for a long time. So I just want to be clear on that. I don't think manifesting meeting your partner is specifically only a heart chakra issue. So I would say work on all your chakras. It's just that you particularly have a lot of heaviness in your heart chakra in general, and so you need to work on that either way. Just because it's literally uncomfortable for you in your chest sometimes, you've said. Um, so I mean, I don't read the future, so I can't say like, yeah, clear your heart chakra and bam, the next day you'll meet the guy. That's not what I do. So I don't know really what to tell you. I mean, if I will say though, you do seem to like, it's like what you have, you give to everyone. So it's not like the whole boundaries thing. It's like you you kind of like spread yourself around and like give everybody little gift bags of your energy every day. So I think there's things like that that are messing with your manifesting of like financial stability and abundance and love life and a lot of things. I think like your potential gets really narrowed by your boundary issues with people just in the world and people that you know. So that is partially fourth chakra, but also just other chakras too. So I think the more you work on just getting more present, in general, keep working on your fourth, but get more present, get more individual, be just you, call your energy back from other people. That video call back, bring in is nice for that. But, I mean, keep like thinking about your legs, do some leg stretches, imagine being in your legs, the more you get into all your chakras, the easier it is to manifest stuff. You, like I said, you have a kind heart, which is great, but that can be kind of, it's a little out of whack when you're being so limited personally by that. So you're on the right track, but just keep getting more present. Keep, getting very earthy, being in your legs, work your boundaries, call back your energy. Don't like hand out your life force to everyone all the time. There are ways to give to people that aren't like you. You're kind of giving away you a lot. But you're changing. You're headed in the right direction. But yeah, I can't say do this one thing and then bam, you'll meet your new husband. And like I said to the other person, be specific. It's not like, I just want to marry somebody. I want a long-term fulfilling, husband level compatibility, long-term, because you can have like a short-term compatibility and you can have long-term compatibility. Like you can have short-term compatibility where you have like a marriage that's a couple years and then you guys outgrow each other. And I'm thinking that's not what you're aiming for. You really want long-term compatible, right? So just, when you think of it, just don't think of, oh, where's my new husband? Where's my long-term compatible, fully compatible husband, so that you're clearing enough so that you can really manifest at that level. So just, okay. It is clearing beliefs. Okay. That helps. Thank you for specifying. From the seventh layer, in body, positive change that you clear the top and bottom of the seventh layer. Can beliefs be stored in, let's say, feet? Probably not. I mean, fifth chakra, fifth layer could be, because that's inner voice, inner thoughts. So, communication, opinions from others, that could be in your fifth. It could be in your fourth because that's sort of but your beliefs, probably what I would say is a nice way to work on that is with a deep thought healing. Any of my deep thought healing videos, there's a whole deep thought playlist. I'll try to remember to link that below in the comment section of this video. Deep thought playlist. So beliefs, that way you're not really having to look, in all sorts of different little places, you just use the deep thought healing exercise, which shows like eighth chakra, which is your eternal part of your eternal self, and then your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. You just clear energy blocks and heal wounds and heal stagnant, stuck energy, just, melt it away from that whole area, and just let the eighth chakra wisdom come down, and blue earth energy come up to your subconscious and your conscious mind. And so I would work it on that level. That way you don't have to worry about, is it in your feet or in your nose or in your butt or in your above your head or where it is. um, Also, blanket exercise, is good for, so you don't have to worry about randomly where it would be. Just put it out in front of you, make a big old blanket. Any energy blocks in the way of me, changing my beliefs to one more that's more positive or something, just clear the old baggage in the way. So I hope that makes sense. So I think sometimes you get a little nitpicky about, like, well, is this chakra for this or this chakra for this? And the point is, to move forward in life, I mean, you need all your chakras to be as healthy and well and flowing as possible. You need to be as present as possible everywhere. So I would just say, make sure you're not like spinning your wheels a little too much, like trying to nitpick stuff, versus just getting as present as you can, as fast as you can. Because that sort of fixes everything. I mean, it helps you create positive change as fast as possible. So maybe that helps. Okay, so I don't see any more posted questions, but I have plenty of pre-submitted questions. Someone says, hi, Janet, checking in because I think I got all the recent healings. I think you said I might not have. Oh, I just forgot. I mean, it's 100 people. I didn't remember the list. I don't have it in front of me. But if you got the emails, you were on my healing list and you got the healing. I'll work more on the turtle shell and inner wall because that has been helpful for me. Yeah, and that seal thing though, the seal. Just on days where you feel like your seal isn't right, that edge of the energy seal, strengthening the energy seal at the edge of your aura and in your good karma window area. Because I think that helped in a way that maybe you didn't realize it helped. Okay, so if you are watching live and you haven't yet posted a question for me, go ahead and feel free to post one question, and if I have time, I'll get to it. But from what I can see, I've read all the posted live questions for the moment. So I'm going to go to some of these ones that, like this one person, she says, these were pre-submitted questions that these people told me. So one client says she has a song that's playing in her head, like she hears this song, the same song, often lately in like the last week or so, and the song is louder when she's stressed. And I think she said that sometimes she even heard it in her dream, and so she was like, what the heck is that? And she'd been trying to clear things so that the song, she wouldn't keep thinking of the song. So in this specific case, it looks like just somebody that she knows. It doesn't have to be someone you know really well, just maybe a client or even a cousin or a coworker or a neighbor even, but somebody likes that song and is singing that song to themselves in their mind, but they're accidentally doing broadcast telepathy. And so they're like kind of singing it really loudly in a way that goes to any conscious telepath who's near them or who knows them. Like, this person isn't a client anymore, but at this one point years ago, I kept hearing the song, Madonna's song, Like a Virgin, and I wasn't like a really big Madonna fan, so it made no sense, and I was like, oh, that's the weirdest thing, and I'm finally like, well, duh, I'm a reader, I should be able to sit down and read why, and then I saw this specific client who, it seemed like he was doing broadcast telepathy of that song, and so since I knew the client at the time, I could just call him up and say, by the way, and he's like, oh my God, I love that song. I sing that song to myself all the time. So he was doing broadcast telepathy and he didn't realize it. And so I think that's the case here, that just someone's broadcasting it. And when you're stressed, you hear it more because you're not, as focused, and you're more sort of porous to what's around you. And so, I mean, you could just imagine that person and have the angels explain to that person, just be like, you don't have to know who that person is, but just, random person singing Madonna song really loud, or whatever song it is, and just say, hi, here are your angels. Can you ask your angels about how you're singing that song that you like? And then, hopefully they'll talk to their angels, and then their angels will help heal their throat chakra so they're not like belting it out to the world all the time. And you. I guess you could have your angels like build sort of a telepathic wall in between you and that person, even if you don't know who the person is, so that you don't keep hearing the song, even if they do keep belting it out for years and years. Sometimes I have angels do that with me, because I'll have somebody who will be like, Janet, I asked you a question. Janet, I asked you a question. Janet, I asked you a question. Like, and they emailed me something and I'm just too busy to get to it right now. But they'll like telepath me like every freaking 10 minutes about it. And so I'll just, if I can't just say, hey, go talk to your angels, if that doesn't work and they just keep persisting, then I'll just have my angels build like a telepathic sort of sound barrier wall, so that I can just deal with my day and not be micromanaged by somebody who wants an answer right away. That's sort of, again, just for all my clients who are going to be pro readers and healers someday, it is sort of a professional, I was going to say professional hazard, but I don't want to paint it so negatively, but it's a professional reality that, as somebody who's professionally known as being more intuitive, people can get very entitled about that. And try to treat you like sort of like a psychic gumball machine, and just shove another quarter in and get another answer and shove another quarter in and get another answer. So it's just something to be aware of, that, you need like some patience and boundaries with that, because it's just a reality. And it could really own you if you let it. So, but you don't have to let it own you. But it happens. Okay, someone says, oh yeah, so this person, the song playing in their head, it's because somebody is broadcasting it telepathically because they like the song. Somebody asks me about their job, and they have these health issues, these chronic health issues, stress, vertigo, and like other chronic health issues that are undiagnosed, but they try to diagnose them, but they're not really. So it's sort of like this grab bag of most likely stress-related health issues. And she feels like maybe she's in over her head at her job, that the work hours have increased and the demands on her, like she has a lot of responsibility, and she sort of chronically has had confidence issues. So it's sort of like, if she increased her confidence, would it bother her as much? Like maybe the question is, could she navigate her boundaries better with work if she was just more confident? And then could she negotiate everything? Because right now she feels like, well, I need to get a different job or renegotiate and just scale back my hours with them. But is that just a problem with confidence? It's sort of a thing, I don't think this person has specific boundary issues with their boss currently. But I think the angels do keep bringing it back to the confidence thing. The question that the person had posed too is, have I learned everything that I need to learn? Because I talk about that with jobs and with relationships, that you're considering leaving. If you're dating somebody maybe, or you have a job and you're considering, oh, is this a good time to leave the job and go to a different job? The thing is with dating, you can be single in between boyfriends or girlfriends, right? And so usually that's good. So you have time to evolve and change and manifest something that's at a different level than what you had before, something that's better, right? But with jobs, there's this thing where it's like you sort of lose some of your negotiating power in the workplace if you're unemployed looking for work. I mean, it is what it is if that's true, but it tends to be more advantageous if you keep your job and you look at the same time. So then you're interviewing, but you're still employed, so you're not like looking desperate, right? And you look too like more reliable, like that you didn't just quit at a moment's notice with your old job. You look like it comes out better usually. But anyway, but that still means that then you need to evolve a lot, ideally before you interview, because you want to manifest at a different level in whatever you're going to, even if it's, this person's considering just getting some kind of a junior position at that same job if it's possible. But but it's like she would like to manifest something that's much more relaxed. And so the idea is, has she learned everything that she's supposed to learn at this exact position that she has now? I would say no. It does seem to be all about confidence. So today's healing, we did that cool astral work. We did astral chakra work, and we even did flaps. Relaxing the flaps, and melting cords and stuff to a real great degree. And we did that with the sixth and the fourth. So I would say for this person that asked the job question with the vertigo and all that stuff, work your seventh chakra, because seventh chakra is confidence. And it seems like, I mean, fourth chakra in the chest is self-esteem and motivation, but I think it's exclusively a seventh chakra issue for this person. So do that astral, physical. Imagine your astral seventh, your physical seventh, that big connection in between, and heal them more, and look at the flaps and just calm down the flaps enough, and just try to make them both really luminous and gorgeous purple, and clear that filaments, or it's a big connection between the seventh and the seventh. Clear that so that it's really unclogged more and more, just so that you have more confidence. And you can even do healing energy flowers for confidence. Because I think it's like 60-40. I think it's like 60% your lack of confidence is stressing you out, because you're like, I can't do this. I'm in over my head. And so it's like the psychological pressures are more of a problem than the actual demand of the work. I mean, the demand of the work is maybe 40% of it. It's not all a psychological confidence thing, but I think the confidence building part is the part that ideally you would learn now before you talk to your supervisor. So just some flowers to heal your confidence, and then seventh work for confidence. Have the flaps calm down, melt the cords. Have your angels bless your confidence. Just try to nail that theme. Confidence, confidence, confidence. Because I think that's really just the missing piece. And then your angels are okay if you wanted to talk to your boss at that point. Maybe then once you feel like you've done enough confidence work, then maybe sleep an extra night just to let it kind of gel, and wake up again. But then you can talk to your boss, about what might be, a good move for you. But just, it seems like your angels are, I think kind of like what you said, they're not saying, oh, get out of that workplace, but they're saying, yeah, if you could scale down your responsibilities somehow, so that just because of your physical limitations, but they don't want you to go to like being a maybe slightly part-time worker, but they don't want you to just be like part-time, because they feel like you can do more like 7-hour work days or something. They feel like you can do it if you work your confidence. But if you feel like you need 6 hour work days, they're cool with that. But like if it's like just 2 days a week or something and you're just resting in bed the rest, they're like, nah, somebody's in your space if you feel you need that much rest. But anyway, so I hope that helps. Work your astral seventh, physical seventh, and the connection in between. Work the flaps, relax them, just like we did in today's healing. And confidence flowers, confidence energy healing flowers. Okay, hope that helps. Um, let's see, do I have any more live questions? Because I still have more pre-submitted ones I can do, but oh yeah, I do have one. Someone says, why am I still having procrastination issues? Help. I'm assuming you're talking about procrastination getting work done, but home projects, you still have that too. But I'm thinking the work projects are more the pressing issue. I see this image of you and you like make a big pile of work stuff that you have to do, and you're like, oh my God, I can't even look at it. It looks like the parents of the kids that you teach, for context for other people, this person's a teacher of kids. It doesn't look like your fellow colleagues or administrators at your school. It looks like just the parents. Parents have gotten very triggered with the pandemic. Of course, they're worried about their children. They're worried about their children's learning. They're worried about having to be around their children so often. They're beginning to realize, like, damn, why did I have so many kids? It's like sort of apparent that people had the number of kids that they had with the assumption that their kids would be gone all day, Monday through Friday. So, like, now that that assumption doesn't apply and the kids are homeschooling because of the pandemic, they're realizing, like, oh my God, these kids. Um, but anyway, so it's the parents' energy that is tripping you out. Like that pile of work that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't even look at it. It looks like this tornado. Oh, you know that there's a term now. It's somewhat new, snownado. So it's snow. It's a tornado that's also snow. It looks like you have a snownado. Like your pile of work is like a snownado, and it's like if you take you imagine your pile of work and don't let it be a snownado. What makes it a snownado is all the parents' energy spinning around your work that you have to do. And then you're like, oh, forget that. I'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow. So just, use red earth energy, clear everybody out, gold fire, clear everybody out. You can't have a snownado. No. Just have it be like nice and neat and orderly, like a nice cute little work garden that's very comforting, and maybe, give yourself a little heating pad and a blanket and a special cup of tea when you do your work so that you have some nurturing, rituals associated with it. But yeah, the problem is the snownado, the parent snownado. So just get rid of that. Just say, angels, if there are any beings or being tunnels in this work pile, can you recycle? And then just use like gold sandstorm to get rid of the parents' energy. It's mostly just parents' energy though. So that should help. All right, somebody says, hi Janet, is there, that's interesting. Yeah, also your angels, for that work person that has the snownado problem, I think if you also did flaps, like looked at the chakra flaps of your seventh and your third chakra. So again, my little crazy simple drawing. This is a highly irritated chakra right here, because the round opening of a chakra would just be like a nice little calm circle. But these flaps open up when the chakra is too irritated, when there are too many energy cords sending energy in from other people. Then all the flaps like open up and you're like, what? So you could, get your like calming rituals, your little blankie and your heating pad and your, your nice tea and sit down and then like calm your flaps down of your seventh and your third chakras. And then I think, that could also make it to be more of a calm, almost pleasant experience to start working, and certainly less painful. Okay, hope that helps. Um, Someone says, "Hi Janet, is there any type of technique that helps with financial manifestation?" Um, yeah, but not like, I think some people that do more of like, witchy stuff, they'll be like, "Oh, you need a yellow candle for," I don't really, that's not, I don't know, that's not a thing for me. So, but in general, I mean, I would just say first chakra is finances, financial stability, feeling safe also, and courage, financial abundance, stability, safety, courage. But the thing is, you need to be in all your chakras to be in this one. So basically, just keep working on getting more and more and more present. But you can specifically, you know, once you get a certain level of more present, like maybe your aura is whole, your grounding is wide and flowing, usually, maybe you're usually in 7 through 3 at least, then you could explicitly work abundance, clear energy blocks in the way of um, abundance. But before you get to at least being present in 7 through 3 all the time, and your aura pretty much you keep it repaired all the time and you keep your grounding flowing all the time, then it is kind of, I don't think there's much of a point in just working abundance. You got to get everything working, and then you can do the fine tuning stuff. So I don't know your real life name, um, but it looks like you really need aura repair. It looks like you have not ever done aura repair, so I would say start with that. The video that I have that I would suggest that teaches aura repair, I'll link it below later, but also you could just look it up. It's called Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones, long title. So if you search Janet Wright, search YouTube for Janet Wright Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones. It's an 18-minute video. I have different colored hair though. My hair is like bright blue and purple and stuff, and it's short, but it's still me. But yeah, I would say aura repair is the first step, and then wide flowing grounding would be the second step, and try to just keep that up. So once you do that video and kind of get the concepts down, then if you just search Janet Wright aura repair, you should get at least a few shorter options that are like 10 minutes or so that you can use for maintenance, just to keep your grounding and your aura more. And then you might need more after that, just to get that basic proficiency before working explicitly on abundance would there be a point to it. So, but you can post under any video, and ask, am I present enough yet where it would make sense to work explicitly on abundance? But yeah, aura repair first. Aura repair, grounding. So I hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. Because it's like if you have big rips in your aura, you just can't control your energy at all. It's like, all this leaking, and you attract a lot of invasive beings because all your energy is leaking out. And then since your aura isn't there to protect your chakras adequately, then you can get chakra damage, and it's just not good. So that would be the first step. All right, hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. It's not hard stuff. You just got to do first things first. Someone says, oh, it's funny. I'm reading out of order, but this one's funny. Someone says, you drink milk? No. If you mean cow milk, no. I do not drink cow milk because I get phlegmy. I used to in my early 20s. I used to drink cow milk, and then I used to get colds all the time. Took me a while to put 2 and 2 together on that one. I wasn't always very in tune with linking the food I eat with the physical symptoms I had. But yeah, so the answer would be no, I do not drink cow milk. The only exception I would make would be like I really have a weak spot for whipped cream. So like maybe, in the summer, maybe I could make like a batch of fresh whipped cream, like a real small batch, and not sweeten it very much and then have it. But or maybe like a spoonful of half and half in like a certain kind of tea once in a blue moon. But yeah, if it's not like the middle of summer, usually I can't digest it properly, so it becomes like stagnant stuff in my lungs. So that's not good. But people are different. Someone says, "Hi, having trouble posting to chat for some reason." Well, you're doing good right now. Have an intimacy question. Want to be physically intimate with partner. It's been over 3 years. However, we're in a period of great change and growth and possibly conscious uncoupling. Yeah, I thought you were breaking up. Would it be too confusing or hinder us energetically or emotionally to be? Yeah, it would. You're getting the angel eye roll on that one. I love it when angels do that. It's so funny because the stereotype is angels should be like all pious and calm and everything, but they can do eye rolls just like people. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, you're getting a huge angel eye roll for that. Not to say I haven't done that kind of thing. I remember in college, which was, ground zero for unhealthy decisions on my part. College and early 20s was like, oh my God, so many unhealthy choices and decisions I made. But yeah, I broke up with a boyfriend and then we kept being physically intimate for like a year after that. It was really a dumb, dumb, dumb thing. But at the time, it didn't seem dumb. But anyway, yeah, I think work on hearing your angels better about that. I think there's some disconnect with what your angels are saying to you and what you're hearing from them about that. So that work with angels in sleep more, that could be nice. That could be a nice way to do it. That video I mentioned it during the healing right at the start. If you search Janet Wright, work angels sleep more, it'll come up. The title is like work with angels more in your sleep or something. But yeah, it'll heal that astral throat chakra and astral heart chakra. So it'll help you to hopefully understand what your angels are saying better in your sleep, and it could help it trickle down more to your consciousness. Yeah, but yeah, they're like break up much. Yeah, they're yeah. Yeah, you're getting a hard no from the angels on that one. As far as is that a good idea? But anyway, you have free will. Um, what is that? What it is that I need to heal instead of distract myself all day? Mm, well, I don't know your real life name, so next time you could post like first name and last initial with the question, that could help. But your aura looks, yeah, it does. You do have a little aura damage, and your grounding looks narrow. So yeah, the basics. Just aura repair, wide flowing grounding. I think you have focus issues because your aura is damaged and your grounding's tiny, so you get blocked up and less present when you have stuck energy. So just general stuff. I have a playlist that I made. I'll link that below. I'll link below 2 new playlists I made. I meant to mention them during the healing, but this is probably a more appropriate place to mention them. I don't have many short recent videos. I have like over 300 videos that are, like 25 minutes or less. Uh, but those were made, not like in 2020 or 2021. I have 3 videos to date that are really short and have very current techniques in them. I mean, the old videos are fine, but it's nice to do the new stuff. So I made a specific playlist with just those current videos, from short videos, short walkthroughs from 2020 and 2021, which I'll keep adding to if and when I do more short walkthrough videos. So, but that's a playlist now. I think it's called Quick Walkthroughs 2020, 2021. But I'll link it below. It's a playlist. So that person that says, what should I do rather than distracting myself all day? That could be nice, because if you have less motivation and focus, like knowing it's a short video kind of helps psychologically. So, and it's a playlist, so you can just kind of run through them all as you're doing simple tasks in your house. So you don't even have to like focus and sit down and say, okay, this is all I'm doing. If, you feel like, your mind is kind of scattered and you feel like you should be cleaning your house or doing dishes, you can do that at the same time. Um, more easily when it's a playlist, so it'll just scroll through all 3 of the videos. The other playlist I'll post below that's new is the Q&As. I've been doing a year of these Q&As, the separate live streams of Q&As, and the recordings I found them very interesting. Like, I learned things, from what I'm saying, what the angels have me say, and just considering different things, and they kind of remind me of something I need to think about, or some meditation I should do, or whatever. And so it's like good food for thought, and some of the Q&As have had themes. Some have just been general, like this one. And so, but they're all in a playlist now, Q&A playlist. So that's kind of interesting, because then you see them all together and you can kind of intuitively go, okay, I'm going to listen to that one, and that one will help, which one will have good ideas for me today, and just, pick from the Q&A playlist. So I'll link that below. Um, Someone says, LOL, thanks. We had a real snownado too. Did you really have a snownado? Like, it was probably in the suburbs though, right? It wasn't in the city. Hope parents finally realize how much work teaching 27 of their children 7 hours a day, 5 days a week. Calming flaps immediately felt cozy. Oh, good. Calming the 7th and 3rd flaps, I think, was what the angels told you to do. Yeah, good, good, good. I think parents do realize that. It's so funny, it's like, you know, sometimes when people are like, should I have kids? Should I not have kids? It's like, do you want to have kids like all around you all the time? You know, it's like, how much do you actually like kids? Because I think a lot of people have kids that don't really like kids. Yeah. I just want to put that out there, that might cause problems. Do you like kids? Do you like being around kids? Do you like being around your own kids? Obviously before you have kids, you have to sort of hypothetically imagine what that would be like, but yeah, I think that group of people that had kids, but they don't really like being around kids, it's been complete hell for them, this pandemic. Because I think they've kind of been able to push that out of their worldview, that they don't really like being around kids, and then now it's like, oh my God, it's like this personal hell. So I feel for those people, but I'm glad I am not one of them. I'm glad I knew ahead of time, like, no, it's not my gig this time. But anyway, my heart does go out to the parents. I know even if you like kids, you might not like them 24/7. I know it's a little more nuanced than that. All right. Someone says thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so I have some more. I should wrap up soon-ish, but I have so many good ones. Somebody says, this is a pre-submitted one. They were married and their husband crossed over somewhat recently. And the oldest sister of their late husband, so like a sister-in-law, is like figuring out the estate, because somebody else passed away too, and yada, yada, yada. And this person who's my client, who, is technically a widow now, because her husband crossed over, she feels attacked, and she's like, okay, what's wrong with my boundaries? Because she works her energy a lot, and she's like, I feel really attacked right now. So there's the sister-in-law, the living sister-in-law, and then there's everybody's lawyers because the sister's working the estate and blah, blah, blah. So lawyers are involved. I think your boundaries are decent with her lawyer, your sister-in-law's lawyer, but not your lawyer. Your boundaries could be better with your lawyer, and your boundaries could be better with your sister-in-law, the living sister-in-law. Um, your lawyer, he means well though. I mean, so it's not like, your angels say he's a keeper, don't worry. You just have to get him out of your space and have good boundaries with him, but he's trying to shield you from the punishment that's coming from this sister-in-law. Like he feels for you and feels for your situation. And he's like, trying to be the shield, like I'll deal with them. You don't have to deal with them. And so he's in your seventh and sixth and sometimes fifth and fourth layers of your aura in front. So it's, I would think, like not a good feeling. And then she throws a lot of energy, a little bit like sometimes your late husband used to do. He was pretty good at throwing energy. She does this thing where she can like sort of start like a tsunami, like a whack tsunami, So it's not just like a lightning bolt thing. It's more like a whole tidal wave of like whack, and so she'll just be like, and he'll try to block. Your lawyer will jump in your space trying to protect you from. Poor guy, he needs to cut that out. Oh my god. I can't imagine how he functions trying to do that. That's funny. Um, so so let's see. I'm saying hi to your sister-in-law. Okay. So I explained to your sister-in-law, I said, there's karma when, when you do something like that, these whack tidal waves you're so good at doing. That's a lot of karma to do that to somebody. And she's like, yeah, but I want to, because she's doing it to the other people in the situation as well, not just my client. And she's like, yeah, but I want to make sure everything's appropriate and there's nobody's, taking advantage. There's no deception or, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but talk to your angels because, A, there's just got to be a better way. And B, I think that this is just past life baggage that you're projecting. Like, I think that you've been cheated and in past lives and you still have those open wounds. And so that's making you be overly suspicious in this life, in this specific situation. And so she's going to work with her angels on it. So I don't think she'll be doing any whack tsunamis today. So because of that, now she's talking to her angels about it, but you might have to re-explain that to her. I think since I explained it once, I think she'll just like remember when you explain it to her again. Like if she's doing the wax tsunamis again, just explain to her, I just want to remind you, I'm strong enough to handle it, but that's a lot of karma for you. If you keep doing wax tsunamis at people, let your angels help you clear the pain so that, you don't do it anymore. So it'll help your karma. And I think she'll realize, she'll remember. She'll be like, oh, okay, thanks. Yeah, sorry about that. Because she really feels like she's been wronged and the estate is being taken advantage of, but she's stuck in just some past life situations. She's not really being clear-headed about it. So anyway, I hope that helps. But yeah, you can just explain to your lawyer. I'll let you do that part because that's easier. Just explain to your lawyer that you don't need a human's shield, that you have angels and that he has angels. And so he should let his angels stand in front of him and you can let your angels stand in front of you. And if you need a wall to block the wax tsunamis, your angels can build a gold wall for you. And his angels can build a gold wall for him to block the wax tsunamis that come towards him. All right, so I hope that helps. I thought that was interesting. somebody says they're a therapist. One of my clients, I have a lot of clients that help others for a living. Some as pro reader healers, some as therapists, some as former therapists. They're trying to figure out what to do next in their life, whatever. So lots of different versions. But this person is a therapist, somewhat new in that career. Therapist, social worker. I forget what the official title is, but that's the idea. And she's wondering, she's been getting intuition about should she add hypnotherapy into her practice? Should she learn it and add that to her practice? And she's wondering what my viewpoints are on it. And she says she's aware that it could be misused. There could be energy placed in someone's space that is disrespectful and bad karma. When you're hypnotizing somebody, you could do it in an unclean way. Versus you could use it to just... you could use hypnotherapy to help someone access information in their subconscious, versus like kind of hardwiring them with your own, energy. Like, if you get hypnotherapy to stop smoking, for example, you could get a hypnotherapist to do that, but they may just be putting their own, they put a piece of energy in, so then now you don't smoke. But you didn't evolve at all. You just got controlled. They kind of put a brain chip in there, And so it's not really you learning. So you're going to have a different life where you learn how to, evolve beyond addiction at that level. Which might be fine if you feel like I really can't learn in this life. I just need someone to take away my free will. But, obviously. But anyway, so this woman knows about all that, and she knows that that's not what she wants to do. But she's wondering if there would be still good reasons, ethical, karmically clean reasons that are empowering for the client, for her to learn hypnotherapy. And her angels say yes. That it could open some doors in her own thinking, and just sort of give her, so they think it looks to be accurate that she's hearing that from her angels, and they think it could be an interesting way to broaden her practice. Let's see, any other live questions? That person who got the angel roll about having sex with the person they're trying to break up with, they said, for some reason, I thought it might help. Yeah, that's just your hormones. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've been there when I was 20. But yeah, no, it doesn't help. It depends, is your goal to have gratification for like that 1 hour or half hour or several hour feeling, or is because there can be sort of ruts that you're in spiritually and personally, and that relationship is sort of a crutch. It's a way that you are distracting yourself from doing real growth and real progress that's going to serve you far more. And I think that's the case here. You use over bonding with others to distract you from working on real stuff of yours that you need to work on in order to like double your satisfaction in life. So do you want to double your satisfaction in life, or do you want to have some mediocre sex with a guy you're supposed to break up with? I wish someone had told me that when I was 20. God, I wish that. I wish someone had told me that and I had listened. But hey. Someone asked a very fascinating question about, are they on a group healer list again? So what this means, okay, so doing group healings like I do is extremely high risk. Versus being a one-on-one practitioner. If you're a one-on-one practitioner, you do like reading and healing for clients, just one at a time. You have an appointment, you read that client, maybe you give their child a healing in the healing as well, but it's one at a time. You're not healing them simultaneously. You heal Betty Boop, and then, for 5 minutes, you heal Betty Boop's daughter, and then maybe you read Betty Boop some more, so that's one at a time work. So one at a time work, you still have a lot of boundary issues with the clients and stuff that you have to deal with and their beings and whatever, but it's at a certain level of challenge, to have your space at that level, have your wellness, have your boundaries, everything. Being a group healer, the thing with that, if you heal people simultaneously, like even just two people simultaneously, for some reason on a spirit level, that is like extremely noticeable to invasive beings, and much larger, more aggressive invasive beings, like the most aggressive, large invasive beings that affect the planet, are suddenly you're on their radar. Like if you heal even just two people at the same time. So that's what I've talked to this person about that, because she had this problem. She was on the group healer list. She didn't realize it. The group healer list, because these big invasive beings, it's like they keep a list and they can just tell who's doing it and who's not. It's easy to read on a spirit level, and they challenge you. I guess it's just because whatever. I don't want to get into the whys and all that, but that's why I don't want to say it all the time, because it sounds like I'm self-aggrandizing, or it sounds like I'm trying to scare people, and I don't want to spread fear. But, I teach people, the people that I'm training with these techniques, mostly I'm encouraging people to be one-on-one healers. I mean, someday, if you want to be a group healer, that's your choice. But I want people to know the risks that are big. Anyway, so she got on the group healer list, not really understanding, she had heard what I had said all those times, but she was like, yeah, whatever. It's just me and my daughter and my boyfriend. Who cares? I'm going to do it. And then, all of a sudden she can't see straight. She can't, like her total functioning in life went way down. And eventually, I think she figured it out, or I figured it out. One of us figured out she was on the group healer list. And she told me like she'd been doing healings of her and her daughter at the same time, or her daughter and her boyfriend at the same time. And I was like, what? So anyway, she stopped doing the group healings, and she had her angels get her off, do whatever to like get her off the group healer list. So then, life was so much easier for her. Her abilities worked again, and she was fine. But somehow she's like, I think I'm on the list again because I feel screwed again. I feel like all this intensity. So yeah, that person that just asked me that, an email like a couple days ago, yes, you are back on the group healer list. It is true. That's what you're feeling. So how you got on it, it looks like you've been doing group healings of coworkers on a subconscious level. I know not consciously, but it looks like work people. I think it's that you get triggered when you're around people that aren't that present. And you just would prefer them to be grounded and present and cleaned out if you're going to be around them. But you can't just go around doing big group healings of people that, plus it doesn't even seem like you're asking their permission too. So there's that level. So it's subconscious. I think it's just you have this, because you work your own energy, and then you're like, I don't want to be around these people that mess up my energy, but that's life, people are the way they are. You just work your boundaries, and then you could ask your angels to like clean out the workplace and whatever, but because angels will do it to the point where everyone's okay with it. They'll check with the people who own the workplace, like the managers, the bosses, and they'll only do what's okay with the bosses, versus you just doing your big group healing of everything without really having adequate permission, and also getting nailed because now you're on a group healer list. So it's workplace stuff you're doing, but you're doing it subconsciously. I would just say heal the inner wounds, do like heal inner wounds. Imagine slashes that represent inner wounds that are causing you to do group healing accidentally, or compulsively, let's say subconsciously, of your workplace, the employees there, and just heal those inner wounds, and then do blanket exercise to get rid of the baggage, that's causing you to be basically a compulsive group healer. I think you can, it's fixable, just yeah, heal inner wounds, and clear baggage with blanket exercise that's causing you to be a compulsive group healer. It's funny. I mean, it's not funny. I'm sorry that you're getting pounded, but it's it's interesting. And you can fix it pretty quickly. So there's that. Um, Somebody says, Jesus, I need to hear that too. Can I? Okay, you talk whatever. Okay. Somebody, this is a pre-submitted one. This one, he posted, he's been very patient, so thank you for waiting for me to look at this question of yours. He tried to post it on YouTube, but then I think he had trouble with that for some reason, so then he emailed it to me. But anyway, he was describing, it was kind of complex. I didn't print out the whole question, so I'll sort of paraphrase. But he had this question where he's like, well, this is my daily process for energy clearing. What do you think? This is what I do. And it was sort of like he had a bunch recycled at first, cords. He like lobbed a whole bunch of stuff in front, cords, beings, tunnels, blocks, energy blocks in front. He said, angels recycle all that. Which, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't lob it all like that in front, like the energy blocks with the beings, with cords, with all that, but I don't think it's necessarily wrong, you know? The angels help you with all of it when you pile it all in front. They recycle the beings and the tunnels, and then they help you clear the blocks and the cords. So I think it works. And then you said that you ask angels to redo, and then you listed at least 17 things. So you ask your angels to redo grounding, auras, chakras, manifesting wings, telepathic mesh, moonroof, Wei Chi auras, creative rings, gold buffer zones, non-resistance zones. I mean, that may be a little bit. I mean, I think it does something when you ask your angels to redo all that. But I would just say, why don't you try just let your, like if I was having dinner made by this great world chef, right? This world renowned chef, I would just say, make me something good, like I would tell them, I have a lot of dietary restrictions. So I would have to tell them that stuff. But then I would just say, go for it, you know, do you, and I'll enjoy the fruits of your labors. So your angels are kind of like a world renowned chef in energy healing, right? I mean, like, here's me and here's them, like they have just such skill, and it's amazing. So and even your personal angels. So you could just say, angels, can you give me a really thorough healing, whatever you see that I need? And that way, and just chill out and maybe journal, for 20 minutes with like some kind of nurturing, healthy beverage at the same time, so you're sitting and you're just journaling and writing what you're grateful for, or writing, whatever, like a to-do list for the day, or, something, just so that, or go for a walk, at the same time. I know this person likes that stuff. So you can go for a walk at the same time, that's centering and nice. But I would just say, let your angels just improvise, because they're like a world-class chef in healing. Rather than being like, well, I want you to do all these specific things for me. I mean, maybe I might say, if you're talking to like your super stuck uncle, and, rather than just say to your uncle, let your angels heal you, you could say, let your angels repair your aura and your grounding, because that super stuck uncle is not used to letting his angels help him. But the person asking this question is very used to letting his angels help him. So that's why I'm saying, just let your angels be like a master chef and say, angels, give me a really thorough healing, give me as good as you can give me, And then he says, then I look at aura grounding and I do self-punishment angel healings. I have a 3-video series about self-punishment angels and how you can get out of self-punishing patterns and stuff from past that are subconscious usually. So yeah, I would say that all checks out. The only thing I would change is, just let your angels improvise as far as when they heal you. You don't have to specify all that stuff for your angels. Just say, please give me a really thorough healing to just sort of emphasize that, all that the little detail stuff that they feel you need, they'll do. I think the flap stuff, I don't know if that's too complicated for you because I know part of what you conveyed, I think, in the question and when you originally wrote it was like that all the details of all my videos and all the techniques kind of gets it seems like a bit too much, for you. So I'm hesitant to say any specific thing. Um, but the chakra flaps, but I will anyway. But if you feel on a day it's not too much for you, if it's too much, just don't do it. I mean, because there's no point in freaking yourself out. But those chakra flaps that I was showing, like this is the picture of an overwhelmed chakra. All the flaps are open. When it's not overwhelmed and there are no cords going in, then these flaps just are flush with the chakra. They just relax and lay down, and it's just a chilled out, relaxed, happy chakra with energy going in one opening and out the other. So maybe just kind of high level, just imagine your flaps and are they open or closed, and just keep melting the cords until you feel like your flaps are relaxing more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Like that. Just do 15 seconds of it. If you don't like, if you're just not feeling the whole in-depth, long, drawn-out process, just a little bit of calming down the flaps. Calm down your chakra flaps. Okay, so hope that helps. Someone says, "Hi Janet, I'm finding myself to be angry and distracted, ungrounded. What is it, even after grounded and or healing things?" I think it's boundary issues with a specific person. Yeah. It's like there's a blob for you. If you imagine a blob for you, then like there's this person kind of really in your space. Sometimes that's the thing. Like if you feel angry, sometimes you're triggered, you have old baggage. But sometimes like somebody's in your space and you're like, it's irritating. So just say hi to that person, let them know that you need breathing room, let them, send them, go talk to your angels, go check your body, just pop that person out of your aura. And then, redo your grounding. Your grounding got real narrow. See that person jumped in? Right. Let's see. I will end with something just totally trivial. Somebody wanted to know, because I had already told them what I had for breakfast every morning. They wanted to know, well, what do you have for lunch and dinner? And do you snack? So forgive me to the people who could care less what I eat. But this person cares, and maybe somebody else does too. So I figured this would be a more efficient way to answer it. What do I have for lunch and dinner, and do I snack? I try not to snack. I try to just have big meals that are satisfying and last me a long time, because the snacking is distracting to me, and usually the snacks are not very healthy. We don't really, fortunately, have many unhealthy snacks in our house, but it's just, because like I'm hypoglycemic, so I have to have, more protein than I have carbs, so I can't just snack on a bunch of, like we have these chips that are actually pretty healthy. We got them from Costco. My husband got them from Costco. They're like plantain chips they're made with some oil that's not unhealthy. So, and they don't have any sugar in them. I guess they use green plantains maybe. But anyway, so those technically are, I mean, for a chip, they're healthy. But still, it's a bunch of carbs, without protein. And so if I had a bunch of those, I would crash. My blood sugar would, go down. So that wouldn't be good. So, snacking for me isn't really. We have these hard boiled eggs from Costco that are already hard boiled. So sometimes I'll have like some quinoa that's already pre made that we have that I make in batches. And I'll make the hard boiled eggs and the quinoa and I'll just have that with something, but I try not to snack. It's just easier for me because, my day is hard enough to focus and get what I got to do done. So I'd rather just have these big meals that last me for a whole bunch of hours. Um, so my favorite lunch is really more, I like have it at dinner. I mean, it's late in the day. It's like 5-ish or 4-ish, depending. But like my favorite one, I'll have this like rice pasta and then I'll have like a hamburger. It's like a lot of beef and which probably, I don't know. I tend to be a little deficient, so meat, I don't think it's the worst thing in Chinese medicine if you're more deficient. But so I'll have some, it's really good quality hamburger my husband buys for us, like frozen from Costco, and then, I'll cook that. So I have the rice pasta. I think we have, it's like black rice or something. It tastes pretty good. It's organic, and I got that online. And so organic rice pasta with beef from a hamburger, and then veggies that I steamed, and then like a bunch of, tamari and sesame oil and some butter. So I'll mix all that up, and then that's like, and a lot of fresh garlic. Like I have this thing for fresh garlic in pasta. So like I'll, crush the garlic, like a bunch of cloves of fresh garlic, and then let the heat of the pasta like half cook that garlic. And then I'll mix that all up together and I'll eat that as like a big meal. But anyway, that's enough talking about what I eat because I don't think people really need to know. But okay, guys, on that completely trivial note, let's wrap up. All right, take care. You guys are awesome. The next healing will be in 2 days. Bye. Oh, and the next Q&A will be next month, March something. That first after the Sunday healing. The March healings, well, every month these days after the Sunday healing, that's when the Q&A is. So you can look on my website, janetwrightreadings.com. The sessions menu, pay here page, that lists all the healings through the end of the year. All right, bye.